What's up, guys? I'm LegoLord, and this is my workshop. Hello, guys. As you can see, we're doing a different format for today. Tell me what you guys think in the comments about this new format, but this is going to be my new format when I do the brick tips. So today we're going to be doing a lava technique for brick tip number 8, I believe. So the first thing we're going to do is take these clear pieces and go from the top corner to the bottom corner. The reason I do corners, for the most part, is because it breaks up the monotony of blocky Lego bricks, and it has a really nice aesthetic appeal. So as you can see with this new format, I'm laying all the bricks out for you guys to see, and then I'm going to be building it. That way you guys can see the product from the beginning to the end, exactly what parts I use, etc. So as you can see, we're going to be using dark gray plates and wedges, translucent white, and a bunch of translucent orange to make this lava technique. So now that we have one layer of clear, we're going to put the orange on top. And put more rather than less if you can. You can decide to be really conservative with it and not put a lot if you don't have a lot of pieces to utilize. But if you do, I'd recommend taking the extra pieces at the beginning. That way you don't have to go back and tear it all up, because I've done that a couple times and it sucks. You do not want to have to tear this thing back up with a brick separator once you have already finished it. And I would recommend using a brick separator when you have to, rather than trying to use something else, because that's no fun. As you can see, I'm obviously going far over what I'm going to end up needing. I'm just doing it just in case, that way I don't have to worry about it later, as I said before. So now that we have the orange plates, we're going to put the tiles on. This is what's going to give it its main aesthetic. I will be putting it at the end of the video, but I did a mock just recently, exactly 1 week from today, utilizing this technique in it. That's what this brick tip's for, from that mock. So if you want to see it in a full mock, I will be doing a little showcase at the end for this, so you guys can see what a partial mock would look like. But if you want to see what a whole mock would look like, you can click on the link at the end of the video, and it'll take you to the video I uploaded last week. So now that we have the basic lava done, we're going to add all of the rocks surrounding it. And in the video, if you guys do decide to go and watch it, you'll see in that video me putting lights in it. I'm not going to be putting lights in this today, because obviously that takes a lot of time, and I don't want to be messing around on camera with that the whole time, because that would take forever. So right now I'm just going to not put lights in it. But if you want to see what my lights do look like in it, I do recommend watching that video. You probably will like it. So right now I'm just applying the plates on top, kind of building up, obviously. That way I can get to the level of where the lava is. And the other nice thing about this technique, it's not going to be very blocky. It's going to be very smooth and nice once you are done with it. So now that I finished with the plates, I'm going to use the wedges on top. And you might have to mess around with it as well, if you're like me and you decide to put too many tiles on it and now you don't have enough connection points. It does take practice and a lot of patience though, because this technique, again, a lot of the ones I showcase here are not easy ones. They're hard and made for people who are more advanced in Lego building. So, just a little disclaimer. So, if you're having problems with it, it's not just you. Everybody messes up. Where did my parts go? Oh, here we go. And you will have to mess around with this technique to see what looks nice to you. You're not going to get it on the first try. And if you do, that's pretty cool. Because to make it look good, you want to have some deviation. So as you saw, I could have just settled for those big wedges, but I think I'm going to go back and mess around a little more. And put some smaller ones in there. Make it look a little nicer. And you don't want giant cracks. I guess you can. It really depends on your preference. Because for me personally, I kind of like the aesthetic of the little bit of lava peeking through the bottom. Just my personal opinion. And it will get a little messy. So as you can see, my building area is getting a little messy. If I were you guys when you're building though, try and clean up as you go. That way you don't have a ton to do at the end, because that's never fun. And another thing, I do end up sorting all of these after I'm done. They don't stay up. I really wish I was at a point financially where I could literally afford to keep all these, but these do get destroyed once I'm done with them, because I cannot afford to use all this Lego and just have it sitting there on a shelf, as cool as that would be to display. So I think that's good. So there's the first part of it. Now you're going to build up around it. And again, comment down below what you think of this new style of video. Give me your opinions, criticisms. Be honest and tell me what you think of it. Thought it might be nice to break it up a little, see what the reaction is. See how people like it or not like it. So as you can see, I just built up another layer. Make it look a little nicer. Sorry if this is a longer video. I thought you guys might like, though, seeing how I put these together instead of just seeing the finished product. I'm actually going to take the top section off. I'm going to blend it a little into the black border. You might see this in some of my videos. I do. It's called a freeform technique. I don't do it as much as some people do. Some people really take it to the extreme and have no borders at all. But that is really hard for me to do. I don't like doing Lego like that. I like having a nice little black box to work with, personally. It's easier for me to build with. So, but as you can see, I do take it a little bit with the freeform technique, building out a little bit. does have its place in Lego, and I like it every once in a while, if it is done right. Sometimes people do it, and it's crazy, but I do like how it looks sometimes. And some people can pull it off really well. So there's that side. See how I blended it across the low? Gives it that nice aesthetic. Makes it look more natural. Obviously, it's Lego, so it's not going to be perfect, but my goal is to try and make it look as natural as possible while still making it look like Lego. And I think I might have answered someone's comment. I am going to be building Umbara later this year. So if any of you guys are fans of the Clone Wars, that's my favorite Star Wars show, then you guys do know what Umbara looks like. I am going to be doing Umbara in Lego. That series is probably going to start once I get out of school in the summer, because I'm in middle school right now and I still have school to go through. So once that is done, we are going to start the Umbara building series. My goal is to actually take that to Brookfield, Virginia. If any of you guys know what that is, it is one of the largest Lego conventions in the world. It's obviously in Virginia, United States. And a lot of people go there. They have a ton of MOCs. It's a 5-day event if you sign up to show a MOC. And it's actually not that expensive, so I am going to be there. I know it's a pretty prestigious thing within the Lego community. So if you do end up going, I will be there. So if that happens, it most likely is, but no one's certain right now. I'm actually going to do green on here. Might look a little nicer. That's another thing with Lego building. Don't be afraid to, like, tear up the pieces and, like, completely demolish your current build in favor of something you think might look a little bit nicer. Because, again, you can always go back and change stuff. It's not there forever. Like, as you can see right now, I'm messing around with some of the tiles and plates. Again, this is going to be a longer video, so I understand if you can't watch the whole thing, because obviously this is probably going to end up being like 15 minutes. So, it's a longer video. Thought I'd try something out, though. See how this new thing works. If I do get some positive feedback from it, we will do more like this. I'm going to be showing it off more like a MOC rather than a brick tip, actually. So as you guys, I haven't filmed it yet because I'm obviously building it right now. But at the beginning of this video, you guys saw how I filmed it. I'm going to be doing them like a MOC, showcasing them kind of at the beginning with the pictures and stuff. They're going to be little mini MOCs, basically. Basically showing them off and stuff. And as you can see right now, I'm just doing some touch-up. It's not necessary. It's just makes it look a little nicer, in my opinion. So there's that. Now we're going to add on some of the greenery. And these olive green pieces, they were not cheap. So that took a lot of time to do. That's kind of why the MOC took a little longer, because of the pieces I was using. It was really hard to build. That was a big part of it. And as you can see, this is really finicky, so it is a hard thing to build with these pieces, but they look really good, the olive green. Olive green is probably my favorite Lego color if I had to pick one. Although purple is really nice, and I also really like black. That is why I'm doing Imbara, because I think that would look really cool in Lego. There's some pretty cool ones out there, but Imbara is really hard to do in Lego because of the nature of the build. It's pretty much just black. I am going to be going a little abstract and kind of little inaccurate just to break up the monotony. I will be adding some purple into it. There is hints of purple in the Clone Wars TV show if you watch that, but I will be adding more than there really is, just to break it up a little and make it look a little nicer. So, I will be going a little inaccurate on that, just for the sake of making it look like a good mock and not a total piece of crap. So as you can see, I'm wrapping up here, just finished putting the last of the greenery on, and this is the little mock that we built with the finished brick tip. So here's what it looks like, the technique, when you're done with it. It's really nice because you can have it like sneaking through the cracks. You can also add lights, as I mentioned earlier, and it looks really good. And especially when you add some greenery and some figures to it, you can make it look really nice. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the new format for my brick tip tutorials. If you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Watch out for more brick tips and tutorials, as well as more mocks coming out soon. As always, I am LegoLord, and this is my workshop.